Have you ever walked into a room and instantly thought, she's upset with me? I must have said something wrong. Did I offend someone? And then your brain goes into overdrive, trying to replay conversations, decode facial expressions, and manage emotions that might not even exist. This is exhausting, and it's incredibly common in midlife. Today, we're going to talk about why we assume people are mad at us, why we try to read minds and manage everyone else's emotional temperature, and how releasing that habit can free up more energy, clarity, and peace than you realize. You're going to love this one because it's not about becoming detached, it's about becoming grounded. Welcome to the Menopause Map Minute. I'm Cynthia Penner, Menopause Health Coach and author of the Menopause Map book series. Today is a Mindset Minute where we focus on the inner shifts that help you move from fear into clarity, from overwhelm into strength, and from simply surviving into truly flourishing. Let's step into today's reflection together. The quote we're sitting with today says, "Stop assuming people are mad at you. Stop attempting to read people's minds. Stop trying to manage the thoughts and emotions of others. Let people be in charge of themselves. If they have something to say to you, they will. And if they don't, it's their responsibility." This is interesting because most of us were never taught this. Most of us were trained subtly or directly to scan the room, to monitor tone, to anticipate tension, to keep peace, to soften edges, to prevent conflict before it ever formed. And somewhere along the way, we started believing it was our job to manage other people's emotions. Let's break this down into a few simple truths we can carry with us. Truth one, mind reading is a survival pattern, not intuition. When you assume someone is mad at you, your nervous system is not trying to sabotage you, it's trying to protect you. Really? For many people, especially those who grew up needing to stay emotionally alert in their environment, hyper awareness became safety. If you could sense a shift early, you could adjust. If you adjusted, you stayed connected. If you stayed connected, you stayed safe. But here's the problem. That same pattern, decades later, became mental exhaustion. It's like installing a smoke detector that goes off every time someone makes toast. Technically, it's working, but it's no longer accurate for the environment you're in. Midlife actually intensifies this pattern. Lower estrogen can heighten anxiety, sensitivity, and amplify social threat perception. That means neutral expressions can look like disapproval. Silence can feel like rejection. A delayed text response can feel loaded. That is fascinating to me. Our brains are so intelligent. They are always scanning for belonging. But belonging does not require you to decode everyone's mood. Truth two, managing other people's emotions is an illusion of control. Let's be honest. When you replay conversations or adjust your personality to prevent someone else's discomfort, what are you really doing? You're trying to control the outcome. You're trying to prevent rejection, misunderstanding, or tension. And on the surface, it feels responsible, loving even. But here's the deeper truth. You cannot manage someone else's internal world. Trying to manage another person's thoughts is like trying to steer a boat from the dock. You can shout directions, you can wave your arms, but you are not in the boat. Each adult is responsible for their own interpretations, emotions, and communication. That doesn't mean we become insensitive. It means we stop over functioning. And midlife is a powerful season for this shift because something in us gets tired of carrying invisible emotional weight, tired of smoothing everything over, tired of anticipating problems that were never ours to solve. This is interesting because the more we try to manage others, the less energy we have for ourselves. And our bodies, they feel that. Chronic emotional vigilance keeps cortisol elevated. It keeps the nervous system slightly braced. And over time, that contributes to fatigue, irritability, even sleep disruption. Our bodies are intelligent. They respond to what we carry mentally. And truth 3, letting people be responsible for themselves is emotional maturity. This one can feel uncomfortable at first. Letting someone be in charge of themselves means we stop filling in the blanks. If someone has something to say, they will say it. If they don't, it is their responsibility. Read that again. If someone has something to say, they will say it. If they don't, it is their responsibility. It is not your job to extract unspoken feelings from someone else. Think of it like this. Imagine you are carrying a backpack that isn't yours. You've been holding it for so long, you forget it was even optional. When you finally take it off, you don't become careless, you become lighter. That's what this shift feels like. Lighter. And here's the part I love. When you stop mind reading, you actually improve relationships because instead of reacting to assumptions, you respond to facts. Instead of apologizing for imagined offenses, you communicate clearly. Instead of shrinking, you stand steady. This is maturity, not detachment. It's saying, I trust you to tell me if something is wrong. I trust myself to handle it if it is. And if nothing is said, you allow peace. That's strength. And here's what I want you to remember as you move into the rest of your day. Your brain may assume tension to keep you safe. That does not mean tension exists. Your body may read quickly. That does not mean you have to follow the reaction. And other adults are responsible for their thoughts, emotions, and communication. You do not have to manage the room. You do not have to anticipate invisible storms. You do not have to carry emotional weight that was never handed to you directly. Midlife is not just a hormonal transition, it's an emotional recalibration. And when you stop mind reading, you reclaim energy, you reclaim peace, you reclaim clarity. Our bodies are adaptive, our minds can learn new patterns, and that is beautiful to me. So here are your supportive stepping stones. If this resonated, here are a few gentle steps you can take this week. Number 1, pause before assuming. When you notice the thought, they're upset with me, ask, what actual evidence do I have? Most of the time, you'll realize it's interpretation, not fact. Number 2, practice direct communication. If something truly feels off, try, hey, I noticed you seemed quiet earlier. Is everything okay? Simple, neutral, clean. Number 3, notice the energy shift. Pay attention to how much mental space opens when you stop replaying conversations. That space can go towards your healing, your creativity, your rest. Number 4, regulate before reacting. If your body spikes with anxiety, try a slow breath. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Signal safety to your nervous system before creating a story. This is not about becoming emotionally distant. It is about becoming emotionally grounded. If this episode had resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe so you never miss a new Menopause Map Minute. Because understanding yourself inside and out, is how you flourish through menopause.